Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. It's Thursday for another couple minutes here, so I got a new beer for you. Don't forget, you can find me at tubajake_69 at Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. What I got for you tonight is Underground Mountain Brown. This one's actually been sitting at Founders for a couple of years. It says that it was bottled in August of 2020, so a while. And I bought it from Founders like a couple days ago, so they've had it, not anybody else. Underground Mountain sounds to me like it's another one of those things that's from the Tolkien verse. Should be a brown. It says it's barrel aged, so it's going to be. I'm going to imagine aged in bourbon barrels, so it's going to be. It's going to be something. This will kick you right in the face, I'm pretty sure, or it'll kick me right in the face. It's brown, so you're expecting it to be brown, but it's also barrel aged, so you're expecting it to be a little bit thicker, which. It's a little darker than what I would expect from a brown. Newcastles usually end up being a little bit closer to an amber, and Newcastle is generally what I associate with a brown ale. This is a brown ale, so this should be good. It should be strong. It should be delicious, which is great. I like that. Can taste the bourbon in it. There's kind of a little bit of a like burnt sugar, like brown sugar maybe even flavor to it, which makes sense with the brown also because you get a little bit of that in there also. It's definitely sweet, which is what you get out of a brown for the most part. Let's see what else this has to say about it. Underground Mountain Brown is the harmonious drinking experience only achieved when our Imperial Brown Ale, earthy Sumatra coffee, and a year aging in caves below Grand Rapids come together. A team of malts complement the bold Sumatra coffee perfectly, while time spent immersed in oak creates layers of depth and complexity. A celebration of the barrel, the bean, and everything in between. I don't know. I'm thinking that the burnt sweetness is probably from the beans. Actually, the sweetness could also be from the bourbon barrels, because you tend to get a little bit of that in there. This is the 2020 release. There was also a 2019 release, and then there's just the regular Underground Mountain. I didn't realize that there were caves underneath Grand Rapids. My guess is that it's just in their basement, but I don't know for sure. It would be far more funny if they stored it in a basement in Mount Pleasant and decided that was enough under a mountain, because if anybody knows anything about Mount Pleasant, it is flat. No mountains, which makes for a very pleasant mountain. As a matter of fact, when my grandfather was going to Central, he had a surveying class, and they surveyed the campus, because, well, I mean, that's what you do, right? You gotta survey something. And they figured out that if there was a Mount Pleasant, the highest point in the town of Mount Pleasant is on the Warner Mall, or it may be Warner Hall itself. Warner Hall's been there for forever. Shoot, my grandpa used to go pigeon hunting behind Warner Hall, which is where, like, the library, the UC, where all that is. He used to go hunt birds there. I mean, this was like back in the 50s, something like that. So it's been a little bit. That's okay, because my mother's my grandmother's mother also went to Central Michigan, but that was when it was a normal school, where they were teachers and whatnot. Okay, so anyway, yesterday I was telling you guys about my super fun thing that went on. So we got down to the airport in Grand Rapids at 2 o'clock because my sister said they fly out at 4, and the plane was leaving at 2:15. They were able to get everything around so that they could go, but the next day. So not on Tuesday, but on Wednesday. So I got to spend the night in Grand Rapids, which was not my plan, which also means that I didn't get a bunch of stuff done. Like this, I was going to get these ready to go and out so that I didn't have to rush through this, which I'm probably going to have to a little bit, which is fine. But yeah, everything got done. They all made it, all on the same flights, which is neat, but everybody was supposed to fly first class, and they did, and they would have on the plane that left at 2, but they were not able to get on the plane that left at 2 because we just got there at 2. So instead I got to hang out with all of my family at Founders. But I was supposed to hang out with my brother at Founders and then at Rockford Brewing Company, which I didn't. I was thinking I might stop by, but I had a gigantic headache by noon on Wednesday because, you go in and you sleep in a new bed and you're not used to it, and you're old and you end up with weird cricks in your neck and back and just end up having an all-around, a headache. I had a gigantic headache, and I took stuff for it, and I grabbed some water and other caffeinated beverages so that I could try to work my way through this headache, because a lot of times that's what it is for me. I even took medication to get rid of it, and it still was there by the time I was leaving for my brother's house, because I had to drop off the car that I drove them to the airport in at his house, and then take my sister's car, which my brother drove home to his home the day before, pick up that car and bring it back here. So yeah, it was a long weekend, but I didn't get anything done because it didn't go as planned. Or it feels like I didn't get anything done. I got a lot done. Just nothing that I was planning to get done. Hoping to start on things that they want me to do around the house while they're gone, even though just doing the things that are do this every day kind of things are things that are going to take up most of the time that I have, because I work a lot and it's dumb, but I do. Because, you got to do that, going to work. Not that I don't like my job, but it takes up a lot of the day. And it is nice to come home and have a beer and talk with friends, because let's be real, you're my friends right now. It's nice because I get to talk to you all the time, whenever I need to. You're right there. Getting real close to the end of this one. That's great. I've got a quote for you. This one comes from Jonas Salk, a great scientist, created vaccines and junk, if I remember correctly. He said, "The reward for work well done is the opportunity to do more." So if you're good at stuff, people are going to ask you to do more stuff. which is great because you get to help out more people, but also kind of a pain because you just get to do more work. Yeah. Don't forget, you can find me on YouTube, Untapped, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to share them. Catch me next time when you got time for a beer.